Good morning, FHS. I'm Luke.
And I'm Ryan. We have all of the week's top stories, but first, some breaking news.
The recent closure of many of our student bathrooms has left a lot of students wondering why. Max Santiago spoke with Mr. Hanna to learn more about this controversial decision.
I mean, basically, we ran up against three main areas of concern. One was the amount of vaping that was going on in bathrooms that was being reported to the administration by the student body. Not just our observations, but people are saying they're frustrated by the amount of vaping that's going on in our bathrooms. Number two is the amount of vandalism that was occurring in bathrooms. We were getting reports from our custodial team as they're cleaning up their restrooms in the afternoon. Paper towel, soap dispensers, unnecessary, just disrespectful use of the bathrooms across the board. And finally, and this is probably the least of the three, but there was an increased amount of graffiti that we were seeing on the walls and in the areas of bathrooms. So, you deal with this for a little while, and it gets to a point where it's like, okay, well, what action is the school going to take to address this? And one of the things that we thought might make sense is if we shrunk the number of bathrooms that were available to the students, we could then supervise them with a higher level of focus. So when and if students were to gather in there and do things such as, vaping, vandalizing, etc., we might have a better chance of interacting with that. So we're not hoping that this is a long-term plan. We're hoping that enough people will kind of draw attention to it. And we've already seen some increase of positive behavior. I met with our custodial team yesterday, and they were saying that the bathrooms, although it's not been 100% perfect, it's certainly there's less vandalism being left. None of the things that I described are safe. They're consistently being reported to the school, and so as a school, we have a choice to kind of just leave things open the way they are, or make some adjustments. And I know it's not perfect. I know I've heard from students who are frustrated by it, and the way I look at it is, okay, well, what are other solutions that are available? And I'm open to them. So most people say we don't know, really. And we're not that far off with what a lot of schools in the state and the country are doing around this to begin with. This is a kind of a natural step to take. So again, not something I wanted to do or that the administration was looking to do to make lives more difficult for any students, but we did feel like it was necessary to take a step.
Thanks, Max and Mr. Hanna. In other news, next Thursday, students have the opportunity to participate in a National Day of Silence held annually by Saga. Students may take a day-long vow of silence to symbolically represent the silencing of LGBTQ students.
Empty Bowls Club will be hosting its annual fundraiser on May 18th in the cafeteria. All proceeds from the event go to the Franklin Food Pantry. Mark your calendars, and we hope to see you there.
Let's hike. This Saturday, starting at 1 p.m., join Connect for Cancer and Hiking Club as they join forces to hike for a cure at Del Carte. The clubs will have memory cards, bracelets, and goodie bags to hand out in exchange for a suggested donation of $5 to $10. This is a community event, so please spread the word to your friends and family. All proceeds from the hike are going to the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. Spring sports are back in action, and our lacrosse team is eyeing another great season. I caught up with senior captains Katie Peterson for the girls lacrosse team and Luke Davis for the boys lacrosse team. Check it out. The spring sports season is back, which means the return of Franklin High boys and girls varsity lacrosse. Both teams had great 2022 seasons, but they both ended up losing in the Division I quarterfinals at Lincoln Sudbury. Now, for the boys, they've won 9 straight Hockomock League titles and are coming off a 15-6 season.
I think we're definitely one of the most talented. I think we're pretty complete on offensive and defensive side of the ball. Our goalie's good. Juice is obviously a great logo. So I just think we're overall just a really complete team.
For the girls, they're coming off an 18-3 campaign and their 12th consecutive Hockomock League title.
Past, we've been very strong, but I think that prepared us for this moment too. We've been really good about building up other players, so I think our underclassmen will step up huge this year.
Both the boys and the girls season will continue this Monday as they face off against the Canton Bulldogs. For Panther News, I'm Ryan Martin, reporting.
Thanks, Ryan. In club news, the Red Cross Club's annual blood drive took place last week. Here's Carson with more on that story.
The Red Cross Club recently hosted a blood drive for students and faculty on March 30th in the gym from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. After COVID, there was a shortage which was stabilized, but is still very vulnerable to shortages. Students and teachers went down throughout the day to help donate the blood. So thank you to everyone who helped out with this service to the community.
Thanks, Carson. And finally, before we close out our show, we'd like to say goodbye to all our seniors participating in Senior Project, especially our show director, Lily Eastman. We wish you all the best of luck as all you guys embark on your new adventures.
Also, don't forget that we're just a week away from April break, and we even have a half day next Friday. But for now, enjoy your day off tomorrow, and have a nice weekend, Franklin High.